recognize the member for Oxford.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Natural Resources. President Donald Trump has made it clear he doesn't think the U.S. needs Canadian or Ontario lumber, minerals, or energy. Ontario's natural resources, our forests, minerals, and energy are vital to our communities and economy. They support jobs, especially in Northern Ontario, and are essential for our growth. They are key to Ontario's strength and future growth. We need to keep building and keep selling what we make, here at home and around the world. Speaker, can the minister please explain what steps our government is taking to protect and strengthen Ontario's natural resource sector from growing threats coming from the United States?
I recognize the Minister of Natural Resources.
Well, thank you very much, Speaker, and thank you to the member for Oxford for that question. I can tell you right now that President Trump is dead wrong. Let's be clear. The U.S. does and will always need Ontario's natural resources. We're stronger together as friends and allies. That's how we stand up to China and protect North American jobs. Ontario's natural resources help build homes, roads, cars, and clean energy. They support thousands of good jobs in the north and across this province. That's why our government is showing strong leadership to protect Ontario. We are cutting red tape, speeding up permits, and making it easier to mine and harvest responsibly, Madam Speaker. We are working with our federal partners in the U.S. to grow a better supply chain. And, Speaker, Ontario's economy depends on our resources, and we will never let them be pushed aside or diminished.
Question. I recognize the member for Oxford.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for the response. Families in the North and across Ontario are proud of the work they do in the natural resource sector. They know how much this sector means to our economy. But they also know these jobs are being threatened by tariffs. When leaders in the U.S. say they don't need our resources, we can't sit back. We must continue to stand up for Ontario and defend what we build here. Our government has a plan focused on protecting Ontario jobs. We're also working to make sure our resources are valued around the world. They should not be dismissed by our neighbours or anyone. Speaker, can the minister explain how we are standing with our resource workers and pushing back against unfair attacks from the United States?
Back to the minister for response.
Well, thank you very much again, Madam Speaker. And I can tell you families in the north and across our province have every right to be proud. Our mining, forestry, and energy workers help build Ontario and all of North America. Once again, President Trump is wrong. The U.S. needs our lumber, our minerals, and our clean energy. Homes, highways, cars, and batteries. None of this gets built without Ontario. And we are showing strong leadership. We're speeding up permits and cutting red tape. We're working with our federal partners and U.S. leaders who understand how important Ontario is. Speaker, this is about protecting Ontario jobs. It is about building a stronger Canada. And together with our allies, we will push back against unfair attacks and stand up for what we build here in this province.
Great answer. Question.